Hi, Wheels and Wags with Kaz, week 22. Jimmy's decided she wants to be in the video this week. She said that Diesel got too much of a look in last week, so she's hovering above him. So busy week. I started off, I think we picked up the pub was the last, I picked up the pup at Kingsthorpe Pub was the last video, and that's where I left you, and from there travelled to Woodford Showgrounds and stayed there for a couple of nights. Woodford's a very busy little town. That main street has so much traffic through it, and with one set of traffic lights it's really difficult even just to walk across the road. Pretty little town, some local art all around the place. There's a lot of motorbikes there on the weekend, so I'm figuring the roads around there are motorbike heaven. Bandit, what are you doing? You're digging on the mat. Motorbike heaven. I was going to take the scooter up to a couple of points. Mount Mead is nearby, and also Mount Gantry Lookout. The person at the info centre said, oh yeah, you get your scooter up there, but I thought I'm going to check because there's a lot of motorbikes here. I'm thinking like the road must be pretty twisty or something. So anyway, I saw a female biker, and so I went and asked her, and she said she probably wouldn't do it on a little scooter, simply because it's very tight and windy and steep, so you wouldn't really want to be holding up traffic and stuff like that. And she said even coming down, it's really, really steep. So one to put on the books for next time round. But if in the area and you're in a car on a decent sized motorbike, perhaps there's those two places you could check out. The other thing we did there, what did we do? Oh, we just had a big walk around town. Some nice little shops there. Lots of eating options. They have like an IGA and a Woolies and things like that. Picked up some coolant of all things. In town, I noticed that my radiator was really, really low, or the coolant backfill was empty, which is not like me to have let that go so low. So anyway, we got that sorted. That's all backfilled up. Temperature wasn't an issue, so I don't think there's a major issue there, but we'll just keep an eye on it. And then from Woodford, we went across to Australia Zoo. Oh, actually, before that, I meant to mention, when I left Kingsthorpe and went across to Woodford, I did the Toowoomba bypass. Oh my God, that's steep. What a feat of engineering they've done there on the side of a hill. It'd be great to get a film of that, because it's really steep all the way down. No issues with the bus, with the retarder and stuff, so that's good. But yeah, I was like, oh my God, is this hill going to ever end? And it was 2 lanes, so not holding up anybody and other trucks on the road and things like that. So yeah, that was a huge surprise. I didn't know about that. Anyway, sometimes it's better not to know, and you just deal with what's in front of you. I'm finding. So when we got out of Woodford, we headed to Australia Zoo. Good old Google Maps found a nice little gravel back road for me, and of course there wasn't anywhere I could turn around once I realised I was going on the gravel, but there it wasn't actually it was quite well worn. There was a lot of cars coming through, so it's obviously well used. But the magic that happens on a gravel back road, you'll see something special. So there was the Glasshouse Mountains lookout up there, and there was a post on that with a little video, but that was gorgeous up there. It was beautiful first thing in the morning, so you could see for miles and miles and miles. The after that was another little windy road, a little bit steep from the lookout, but not too bad, down into Australia Zoo. I tried to get there early so I could park the bus up somewhere, which we did, right back in a back corner. And they were a little displeased that I had dogs in the car, but I said, look, I'm from WA, can't leave them anywhere, and they're used to being in the bus, so they'll be fine. As a special birthday treat, because it was my birthday present to myself as well as the pup, I did a encounter with the rhino and also the meerkats. I was a little bit late booking, so I was limited to what I could pick, but I'm glad I did them. It was really cool. I met DJ the rhino. He's very friendly, and apparently they are actually a very gentle animal, except if they're like it's mating season or they're, protecting something. But they're not herd animals, so they don't like being in all together. So they've got 2 males at the zoo, and to visit them, because they only have the 3 females on display, the males are out the back. But yeah, so we went sort of behind the scenes to meet the rhino, and he was very cool. We got to scratch him and feel under his legs and stuff, because the skins are different. Like the skin's about 3 centimeter deep in most of the parts of the body, but under the legs, the front and back, it's really soft in between the sort of the armpity section, and it's really warm because that's where they release their heat and stuff from. But he just loved having a scratch, and he checked everyone out as they came up, and yeah, it was really cool. And his feet are really unusual. They're like big thick pads. They've got like toenails on the front. It's sort of like 3. But when he walks on the grass, he doesn't leave any imprints. Like the grass just stands back up. So it's really amazing. But anyway, the keepers filled us in on all the really interesting things about rhinos. And yeah, he's got lots of space there, and he's very well looked after. And yeah, very gentle giant, that one. And then I did the meerkats. So that was 2 female sisters, Katia and Mia. They are the older meerkats in there. And they're in their own pen. There is another group next door, but apparently they can be fighting and stuff. They don't sort of introduce groups. So they're a bit worried if one of them goes, what they'll do. Sometimes it can be nicer in a strange kind of way that, she goes at the same time as the other one, because they are both getting on. In the wild, they in captivity, because they're so well cared for, they live a lot longer than in the wild. But yeah, that was lovely. We all got to have a pat, and she's probably about the same size as Diesel, and just the shorter ears really, and the coat's bumpy because apparently, because they're always digging, it keeps the sand from getting into their fur. It's like their coat's actually wavy. But yeah, they were very cool, very cheeky, and squabbling sisters trying to fight over the food. The keepers were lovely. As soon as they saw their keeper, they knew food was on the menu, so they were hanging around. But yeah, that was very cool. The zoo's great, very clean. I really enjoyed the Crocoseum show, especially the birds. They had so many different types of birds free flying into the stadium and then back out. That was really cool. I just think that's amazing. And of course, the big crocodile they have towards the end of the show. They also have people walking around with snakes and lizards and all sorts of things. There was a show for the wombat. He came in and they told us all about the wombat. So it was really, really good. And they did a where are you from as part of the show. And probably, 70% of the people were from overseas, which I found quite amazing. But most of us were there for the first time. So very, very cool. I really, really enjoyed it. If you ever get the chance to go, I've heard people complain about the price, and I normally do if I think it's not worth it, but it's definitely worth it. I didn't get to see all of it, so I would definitely go back and do it again. Having the dogs in the bus, I didn't want to leave them all day, so I sort of cut things short. But I've got to leave some things to do when I come back around again, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely worth a go. You can get family year passes if you live close to the area, I believe, so you can sort of come and go. But yeah, that was definitely worth a look. From there, I travelled up the highway and I stayed at Kuroi, or Kuroi, I think it is, on a RV campsite there. That was a busy little campsite. It has a dump point and water available. No toilets, so it's all self-contained. The only downfall was there's a steelworks right behind it. So it was very noisy during the day, and I'd struck it on my work days as well. So that goes from about 7 till 5, banging and crashing and machines pumping. And yeah, so that was the only kind of downfall for that campsite. But the town itself was lovely. They have a lovely little main centre area with lots of older shops, but it's a very crafty little town. Lots and lots of really cool cafes. They have an IGA there that I could see, and I think there was a Woolies, but the IGA was near where I stayed. The dogs enjoyed the walks down by the creek. Lots of nice little places to walk your dogs. And it's walking distance from the RV camp to go into town to those little shops and things. So that was very cool. We did enjoy that. Apart from the noise, which was a bit of a bummer. Met some cool people staying at the RV camp. Everyone's really friendly in those places and always intrigued when they see a solo female bus driver driving around a big bus and come and have a chat. And then, so I stayed there a couple of nights. I was going to stay a couple of extra, but the noise was kind of getting at me. And so I wandered up to Kadanga, which wasn't that far away. And I have one of my brother's friends, well, he's my friend too, Steve, who lives in Kadanga. He's a hunter from New Zealand years ago, hence Harry knows my brother, or knew my brother. And so I stayed at the free RV camp in town and then caught up with Steve. More on that probably next week because we did a bit of trapping and firewood and things like that. But we did share a meal with a friend that I met last time I was there, Joe, and Rob, one of his housemates. We all went out for dinner at the pub. Beautiful meal at the Kadanga pub. There was karaoke on that night. No, I did not sing. No, you don't want to hear that. But yeah, lovely little town. Everybody's super friendly. And yeah, there's a few options there for camping, but I stayed in the RV camp for that first night. So that kind of brings us up to date for this week. As I said, I'm staying in Kadanga for a few days, so I'll fill you in on all that next week. Pup update, he's doing very well. We've just scored that because he was being trained to go in I've got a pretend grass mat and puppy pads in the shower, so if we were caught inside he had somewhere to go just to get him started. But as of today he's been doing jobbies outside, so we're very happy about that. He's very smart. He plays with Jem and he loves walking on the lead, and he does that so well. He loves walking next to Bandit. He struts along like he owns the place. So he's coming along very, very quickly for the short time I've had him. So I wouldn't hand him back. He's very good. He sleeps through the night, so he's in a crate at night time, but on the bed because the dogs sleep on the bed. And he's just in the crate all night. He sleeps all night. And then when I'm traveling, he's in the crate on the seat. He's been singing a few minutes on the way, but the last time we travelled to come to where we are now, he didn't say anything. He just went in and settled down straight away. So learning very quickly. And the only thing is if he does get a fright, I've found he will run at least 100 metres in one direction just to get away from whatever it is and then turn around and see what's happening. So yeah, just have to watch that. If I'm anywhere out of he just usually runs back to the bus. So if I'm away from the bus, he's on a lead, so he can't do that. But yeah, if we're in a paddock like we are at the moment, yeah, he'll just tear off straight back to the bus, which is a good thing. At least he's going back there. So yeah, that's it. I'll give you some photos to follow. I hope you've all had a good week. Weather's still really good. It's still really mild, so I'm happy about that. And looking forward to doing a few miles next week and getting on that straight line to Beeline to Darwin by the end of the month. All right, fill you in next week. Have a good one. Bye.
Got 1,000 things to do, and your phone keeps buzzing through. Just unplug and be free. In this life there's so much rush, all the pressure feels too much. Just unplug and be free. Don't you stress now, just be free. Ooh. Let the good times roll, don't you worry. Let it go, just let the good times roll. Oh, oh. You see them scrolling on the screen, makes your own life feel less keen. Just unplug and be free. The landlord says the Wi-Fi's down, biggest crisis in the town. Just unplug and be free. Look at me, I'm free. Ooh. chasing all the likes, you start to frown, and that feeling brings the whole vibe down. So just put that little phone away and live for real today. Oh, let the good times roll. Don't you worry. Let it go. Just let the good times roll. Oh, don't you worry now. Yeah, just be free. Don't you worry. Just be free.